The first time Emily saw Victoria, she thought it was just another coincidence. A new coffee shop on the corner, the scent of freshly roasted beans, and a light drizzle tapping against the glass. Emily sat by the window with her laptop, trying to finish an article about how people find comfort in the most unexpected places. She didn't know she was about to become the story herself. Victoria walked in like sunlight breaking through a week of gray skies. Her laugh filled the air, bright, effortless, alive, and for a moment, Emily forgot what she was writing. Their eyes met, and something shifted. It wasn't love at first sight, it was recognition, like two souls had brushed against each other before. They saw each other again days later, in the same cafe. This time, Victoria approached first. Still writing, she asked, tilting her head toward Emily's laptop. Trying to, Emily smiled. But you seem better at living life than I am at describing it. Victoria laughed and sat down without hesitation, ordering 2 lattes without asking. From that moment, everything felt easy, too easy to be ordinary. Days turned into long walks by the river, nights filled with deep conversations and soft confessions. Emily was cautious, careful with every word, while Victoria was bold and spontaneous, a storm wrapped in sunlight. They were opposites, yet somehow they balanced each other perfectly. Their first kiss didn't happen under stars or music. It came after an argument. Emily had misunderstood something Victoria said and walked away, hurt. Outside a small bookstore, Victoria caught up to her. "I'm sorry," she whispered. I don't know how to speak gently when I'm scared." Emily looked at her, and then Victoria leaned in, closing the space between them. That kiss wasn't about passion. It was about truth, raw, trembling, and real. But love is rarely simple. When Emily told her friends about Victoria, not everyone reacted kindly. Some drifted away, some went silent, and others looked at her with quiet disapproval. It hurt. Victoria tried to stay strong, but even she wasn't immune to the loneliness that came with being judged. Sometimes, silence fell between them, not out of anger, but out of fear, as if both were waiting to see who would admit first that they were terrified of losing each other. Despite everything, they moved in together. A small apartment with brick walls and a view of the park became their world. They painted the walls together, laughed at broken furniture, shared morning coffee, and forgave each other 1,000 small times. At night, Emily would sometimes wake and just watch Victoria sleep, calm, peaceful, hers. That sight made her want to cry, not from sadness, but from the fragile, overwhelming beauty of having something real. One quiet evening, after a hard day, they lay in bed wrapped in the soft glow of a bedside lamp. "Do you ever think about where we'll be in a few years?" Victoria whispered, her face resting against Emily's shoulder. "Every day," Emily said. "Sometimes I'm scared it could all disappear." "I'm only scared of one thing," Victoria replied softly. "That you'll stop believing we can make it." Emily turned toward her, tears glimmering in her eyes. "Even if everything around us changes," she said, "I'll still want to wake up next to you. We're not perfect, but maybe that's what makes this love real." Victoria smiled faintly, kissed her gently, and in that kiss was a quiet promise that no matter how many storms would come, they'd face them together. That night, they didn't sleep for a long time. They spoke about the future, about a little house by the sea, about the books Emily wanted to write, about the fears that sometimes returned like shadows. But those shadows no longer scared them, because now they had a place to return to, each other. Continuation, a year later. A year passed and life tested them again. Bills, work, exhaustion, little things that slowly chip away at love if you let them. Emily spent long nights writing, chasing deadlines, while Victoria often came home late from the bar where she worked. Sometimes, they barely spoke. The silence that once felt comforting began to feel cold. One evening, during another argument that started from nothing, Victoria raised her voice. "Do you even see me anymore, Emily? Or am I just part of the background of your stories?" Emily froze. Those words cut deep. She wanted to say, You're the reason I write it all." But instead, tears filled her eyes, and all she could whisper was, "I'm sorry." Later that night, when the city outside fell quiet, Victoria came to her side. She didn't apologize. She simply climbed into bed and rested her head on Emily's chest. For a long time, neither spoke. The only sound was their breathing, finding rhythm again. Finally, Emily whispered, "I still see you, even when I forget to show it. I see you in everything." Victoria looked up. Her eyes were tired, but warm. "Then don't stop looking," she said softly. They kissed, slower this time, almost afraid to break what had just been repaired. And in that fragile silence, love returned, not as something fiery and loud, but as something steady, something that survives. Because real love isn't about always being okay. It's about choosing each other, even on the nights when it feels like everything is falling apart. That night, as they lay tangled in the quiet warmth of their shared life, Emily realized home wasn't the apartment or the coffee shop or even the words she wrote. Home was the heartbeat next to hers, steady and real, and it had always been Victoria.